Pseudoskeptics, admirers, devotees, supplicants of James Randi, it may alarm you to discover that a cornerstone of your belief that you depend on to torment and badger and cyberbully Christians, the Big Bang, is just another myth, like Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. While you rage at so-called irrational religions, claiming the scientific high ground, you are actually using a religious construct, laughing out loud at you. The Big Bang Theory was produced by the efforts of the Vatican astronomer, Georges Lemaitre, who produced the theory, modeled on the Bible's Genesis chapter, and successfully lobbied numerous scientific people, including Einstein, in 1928, to adopt the expanding universe model that perfectly suited the Vatican. The expanding universe turned out to be a false interpretation of the so-called redshift discovered by Hubble, and has been refuted many times by direct observation. So the theory was utterly wrong from its first cornerstone. But the Catholic Church lobbying won, and its false explanation is taught in schools today as fact. And you, pseudoskeptics, have been arguing this 1928 Vatican religious theory, the Big Bang, disguised as science, claiming the rational scientific high ground, when you go cyberbullying Christians online, demanding from them evidence belittling their faith, when there is no evidence of the Big Bang that you so ardently believe in, with all your heart. So might you forgive religious people for being like you? In your defense, it is not your fault, you were snow-jobbed at an early age. Taught Big Bang at school, as if it were fact, and should not be questioned. We are all victims of that. So why bully people online if you don't know what you are talking about? Informed people do savor the delicious irony of the Bible-hating James Randi, the high priest of atheism, urging his angry followers to attack and belittle religious people and teach them the rational scientific Big Bang Theory, which is a 1928 Vatican creation. Isn't it rich? Send in the clowns. Who is the greatest dupe, Randi, or his followers? And here is a little summary of modern science, lifted from the Science mag. Big Bang impossible, but nowhere to go. The Big Bang theory of the creation of the universe gained impetus in 1980 when Alan Guth introduced his idea of inflation. Unfortunately, the creation it postulated could not be switched off. Consequently, the theory implied that universe is expanding at a rate billions of billions times greater than is remotely possible. This presented a problem, that of the cosmological constant, which to this day remains an unsolved vexed question as far as cosmologists are concerned. The Big Bang is said to have started from the quantum fluctuation, from the void of zero energy, nothingness, that should have collapsed to nothing again after a brief instant. However, before this happened, inflation cut in, according to Guth's idea, causing a fantastically rapid explosion, during which all of the energy that we know about appeared from nothing, and within a ball of a 1-meter radius. From Einstein's equation E equals mc squared, energy can't transmute into the mass of matter. The gas, like cloud, continued to expand, under its own inertia, with much of its energy condensing to form the universe of stars and planets that we observe, described by Guth and Steinhardt, 1989. Unfortunately, the theory was flawed from the start, due to the problem of the cosmological constant. It also said the expansion was forever slowing due to gravity. Then all cosmologists were astounded and dismayed by the results of observations of remote supernovae, published by B. Schwarzschild, 1998, which conclusively showed the expansion speeding up. But that is not all that is wrong in physics. New Scientist in its 10th of December 2005 issue published an alarming report about the state of physics. It concerned the International Solvay Conference that had taken place in Brussels the previous week. Nobel laureate David Gauss, in summing up, admitted that physics were in a state of utter confusion, and that some new approach was needed. Everything they were doing, like string theories and the search for quantum gravity, had failed, but nobody knew what to do next. Now top physicist Lee Smolin, 2007, has recently published a book in which he states that his generation has failed to achieve anything worthwhile, in over a quarter of a century, despite greater numbers of physicists than ever before, and unprecedented high levels of funding. The award of $60,000 to Professor Cahill in 2005 to find an alternative to relativity and propose new experiments highlights that physicists are now recognizing that Einstein's theories are unsatisfactory. So what does science really know? Can any layperson claim the scientific high ground in a debate? No, no, no. And meanwhile, Discovery Channel still plugs the Big Bang model to keep you all in the dark. Science behaves like a great religion, with factions and divisions, and dissident groups, vying for the public's attention and research career money. It's not the monolithic block of pure truth we would like it to be. School science is a useful fairy tale, not to be taken too seriously. Not to be depended on 100%. In desperately trying to keep the dead Big Bang theory going, to cover its deficits, its proponents have added abstract magic components such as dark matter, dark energy, and black holes, all to support the Vatican Genesis theory. On YouTube you can search The Big Bang Never Happened, an absorbing documentary on the destructive power of groupthink. The main difference between average people and pseudoskeptics is that average people are happy to live with a dash of uncertainty, whereas pseudoskeptics are angry and fearful toward it. With that need of James Randi followers firmly in mind, for strong certainty, this video has a gift for you. The Electric Universe. A far superior universe model, heavily evidence-based, and universe events often scalable, down to a kitchen tabletop. You can appreciate the power of the electric arcs by playing with an arc welder from Kmart. Blowing holes in car exhaust pipes, for example. The Electric Universe at Thunderbolt Info is a more viable explanation of solar system and star physical features, as well as unexpectedly explaining some ancient myths. Electric Universe is also reproducible in the laboratory in glass jars, where Mars planetary surface features can be reproduced in seconds, unlike the BB theory. The very latest Electric Universe video, The Lightning-Scarred Planet Mars, Part 2, reveals, in a very understandable way, the formation of the biggest valley in the solar system. On Mars, a valley, 3,000 miles long, and 13 miles deep was created in a second, when 1 trillion tons of rock were vaporized in a lightning strike from space, so big, it would have been visible from Earth. And such electric colorful events, being visible to Earth people long ago, explains why they drew the same numerous electrical arc patterns on cave walls all over the world, and why they refer to gods in the sky. 10,000 years ago, what would you call blazing planets moving in the sky? Yes, you. So, the gods in the sky concept is an evidence-based description from ancient astronomers worldwide. Those ancient, not so stupid, after all, eh? You could explain this to those religious people instead of cyberbullying them. Electric Universe YouTube videos are spectacular and enthralling, and mood-elevating. The Cosmic Thunderbolt Part 2 The Lightning-Scarred Planet Mars, Part 2 The Big Bang Never Happened. Suggestion: unsubscribe from James Randi, and subscribe to Thunderbolt Info, receiving their weekly email updates. Be thrilled every week of your life. High history regards, Stephen Sidney.
you.